In this video we're going to demonstrate how we can import new users into Access Manager using an Excel spreadsheet. On the screen here I have an Excel spreadsheet with 3 columns. The first column is user ID, second column first name, and then a column for the last name. And we can populate this with all of our new users, and we can give them user IDs. The user IDs need to be at least 3 numeric characters. For this example, I have 3 users starting with 100 and then ending with 102. The important part of this is how we save it. Access Manager cannot accept a native Excel spreadsheet, so we will need to save it as a CSV file. So in Excel, go ahead and pull up your Save As dialog, and I'm going to save mine on a thumb drive, Access Manager import, and save as type we will change to CSV, which there's several options. I would go with the one that just says comma delimited. So we'll go there, we'll say user import, and save that onto our thumb drive. You might come up with a warning saying something about the formatting, and that's fine. CSV has virtually no formatting, so we will go ahead and click yes to keep it in this format. Alright, with that out of the way, we can minimize that screen. To access the Access Manager, we need to put in the IP address of the server and then the path if there is a separate subpath to the Access Manager application. Once we go there, it loads the main screen. Click Login. The default username is admin. The default password is just the number 1. I've left it at that for demonstration purposes, so we will go ahead and click Login. And once we're logged in, we can click on the Access Manager tab, and that brings up our main Access Manager interface. Down the left here, all our different areas of the software. We're going to go into Utilities and Data Import, and this is where we can import our new users with that CSV file. At the top of this screen, we will leave comma as the delimiter, and go ahead and click Browse, and click on our thumb drive, Access Manager import, and here's the CSV file we saved. Go ahead and click Open, and then Load. And what this will do is it'll load that file, and it'll read in the headers, and from there we can go ahead and map. I made a mistake just now when I did it because I did not check that the first row contained the field names, so we'll go ahead and re-import it. And now we see that we have our header rows are displayed properly. So now we'll go to Data Mapping, and we will map those 3 columns. So user ID will be user ID, last name, and first name, first name. If you're using password users, you can import passwords. If you have nicknames, you can also import the other name. If you're able to export card serial numbers, you can also do that as well. And then down in the settings, are the settings that will apply to all of these new users. For a typical application, I would recommend just using a normal security level. The administration level should just be user, unless you are purposefully importing a batch of administrators. Card type is not really important, but we're going to go ahead and specify MyFair, which is our basic model. Under status, we will make the users active. We will not give them an expiration date, And things like fingerprint and smart card we can check, but when we register the users, it will also enable these automatically, so it's kind of optional. In departments, we can go in and check which departments the users will be imported into. You can check one or more departments. Typically, users will only fall into one department. And departments are typically used for reporting purposes and not necessarily access rights. So in this case, we will say that we're going to import some electrical workers. Access groups are different. These, any user can belong to one or more access groups, and these are what give that user permission to go through any of the access points. So here we will just consider them standard employees, and that's it. Once we have this finished, we can come down here and choose import. And that's a relatively quick process. You can see that we successfully imported 3 users. We can go now to our user administrator, view edit users, and take a look, and sure enough, here are our 3 users. If we need to make any modifications to these users at any time, you can go to this panel, choose edit, and you have all the different options that are available. And that is how you import users using Microsoft Excel.